afternoon, October 10th. We got the Dow down 657. We're at the lows. Hearing that CTAs, some of the trend followers, are having to obviously liquidate longs, taking out some moving averages. So a little bit of selling coming in here to the close. Just wanted to give a quick update. As you know, we had thought these markets were weak. Been short, really looking for stocks lower, looking for bonds to continue lower. We did purchase a few stocks yesterday, thinking that some of the strong ones might hold up here. Some of them are down today, but looks like they're still, it could be a purchase because we got some really oversold readings on a lot of these markets. So in front of us is the Wyckoff wave. We're showing here, we said all along in our weekend reviews, we thought we would come back into the trading range and maybe leave an up thrust behind. Today's action, price action obviously looks like that. Volume isn't extremely heavy. We're showing some 50%, 61% retracement levels. These levels I think have to hold, or maybe this bull market is over. You can see down here technometer 37.18. So, but it was, oversold coming into today. So definitely getting a transfer of some assets here and some selling by some trend followers. So we got a mutual fund strategy. We're still short stocks, we're short bonds, long metals, and was going to cover the short stocks, but not sure. We're down 708 right now. We're going to decide that here in the next 10 or 15 minutes. Just want to do a quick update. Wyckoff wave growth. This is a market we had said stay short and trail stops. That's still the case. Breakdown today. Technometer 38.22, but definitely some selling coming in. The same thing with TLT. We said if you're a really short-term trader, you can cover shorts down here. If not, stay short. We're actually still short, and same thing. We're trying to relieve this oversold. We came down and did like a 30. We're back to 39. It won't take much of a bounce to get the market probably back to a sell. So this market's still going to trade heavy. A lot of selling, I think, by foreigners and still some bond funds getting massive liquidation requests. Probably going to get some more today. So they're in here selling. So let's go through a few stocks real quick. Boeing. A lot of these obviously going to show some pretty big downside. We've got Boeing having a pretty good down day. See that here. Let's bring our trend lines over here. Trading range. This one is one that went through resistance and now backing up to it. Volume isn't huge here, so Boeing is one we want to watch close. Bank of America. We've talked about being long this one. Dow down 732. We are long this with a few with small losses here. We thought higher interest rate environments, this one might be okay. So we've got to stop in here lower, but let's see if this one can dig in as well. Bristol Myers. These are the Wyckoff wave components that we're looking at first. Had a steady uptrend. We thought that they would pull back here. Technometer is oversold, so not sure about Bristol Myers, one that we have not been trading. Caterpillar is one we've talked about, not liking its action. Did rally higher into the trading range, and now back to the ice level. Again, we are oversold in the technometer, and previous support was here at 141, 143. So this one still could catch support here for a little bit. Sorry about that, got too much going on. Okay, and we got Ford continuing to look weak. We've been talking about nothing to talk about here. Continues to break down. One that we are now trading. General Electric, talked about wanting to be long this one. It is acting much better. It did what looks like a spring and could come back down and still touch support, but acted very well here in the last few days. We are overbought the technometer, but acting very well with the general market performing extremely bad. IBM also was one that we didn't like the way it was acting. It did ride back a little bit higher than we expected, and now coming under pressure. Once again, technometer oversold. AT&T, what we've talked about being long, did make a recovery high this morning. And this is one we still think looks interesting on being long. We like the uptrend. We like this resistance we think is going to gradually give away. So AT&T looks interesting here. Union Pacific has been very strong. That's one that we've liked. Getting taken out to the chicken house today. Extremely oversold technometer, the most we've had in months. And you can see the uptrend line giving away. So we still own that in some of our portfolios. I would expect that one to try to find some support here, but not good action. Walmart, again, one that we've liked for the upside. We talked about it doing a spring down here with the oversold technometer. It did do that, had a nice 2-day rally, and then pulling back a little bit today. So Walmart still looks higher. We like that chart. ExxonMobil, down on 718 now. ExxonMobil, we talked about it coming back to the previous resistance that it jumped, and that's really what it's doing. Technometer's not oversold. It's been holding in very nicely, so that's one to look on the long side. And lastly, Dow DuPont, DWDP, we said had a downtrend in place and quickly getting down to the bottom of that downtrend. So still not doing well. Then let's talk about a few here that we like. Regeneron, holding in nicely. This is one acting really well here, we think, in the last 5 days, trying to hold this 384 level. Technometer's not oversold, but real no selling coming in. It's hard to get the technometer oversold when the OP is holding higher levels. So this one could look interesting. Did give up the uptrend, but we think this one looks pretty good here. Cheesecake Factory, we were short. Not giving up the ghost like we would have hoped. So we might lower our stop there. We have very small profits. Would expect a little more weakness last 3 days. So not impressed by that. Short dollar. Our stop just held yesterday at the 25.55 level, missed it by a penny. We would not like that level to give away, so we're going to leave the stop where it's at. Technometer's down here near oversold, but we still wanted to be short the dollar. So we're going to stay there for now. Let's look at Wingstop, one that we've liked. You can see here, technometer coming down to oversold, holding in like a champ. That one doing really well. Twilio we have liked. It's coming under pressure. To be expected with the NASDAQ giving it up. We had an oversold technometer. We didn't expect today's weakness. Let's see if it can hold here and try to turn back up again. Tractor Supply. Same type of thing, had an uptrend line in place. Trying to hold in the last 4 or 5 days. Technometer oversold. So we still think this one could be interesting here if it can hold in these levels. And then What else we want to look at? Twitter, we're starting to like. Took a small position yesterday. Obviously a day early. Got stopped out right after purchase. We didn't really want to. We liked the last 3-day strength, and today's weakness took that away. But this is still one that we want to watch. I think this one could be interesting at the level it's pulling back to, this 27, 28 level. So that's one we're still going to look at on the upside. Let's look at a few more here. Square. This is one that our crypto people have been watching. 101 down to 78. Let's bring up the 1-year chart. We've got an uptrend line here. It's right on currently. This has been a strong performer. Technometer is not oversold, but if these markets dig in and hold here, this will be one probably that will lead us back. Let's look at Overstock for our crypto people. And it is quietly asleep at the 26 level. So I think that pretty well wraps it up. Let me bring up Cummins here, CMI. This is one holding in pretty well. Maybe a little bit of accumulation here and a pullback to the creek. This one deemed to watching as well. So Dow down 658, 10 minutes to go. Got around. Talk to you later.